All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah HaKodash, and double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us this truth and root well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah HaKodash, Barakatham. It's the brother Kazak coming back at it again with another lesson. And the title of this lesson will be Women Will Be in Order in the Kingdom. All right, now this lesson's coming through, the inspiration of, this hour-long episode off this YouTube channel called Standout TV. Off this, I guess it's like a series that they have. Is called Grilling. And in this series, the lady, the woman you see there, she goes on dates, with different people, and basically they make a show out of it. Now this particular guest that she went on a date with, basically, for the sake of the, lesson, they had an episode with, is a dude named Andrew Tate. Now this dude has been gaining a lot of momentum, in the social media. He's been very outspoken, about a lot of the issues that's here in this, Western society, which, this Western society, with Esau being in rulership, has programmed the society to be unnatural, and as a lot of the things that happen, a lot of the power structures in many aspects of the society is basically out of order, and that is, where the first scripture comes to mind. All right, we're going into, turning things upside down. All right, let's go into that. All right, and let me see the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 16. All right, now we're not really gonna play, too much of the clip, because what I got from it, is, ultimately what the woman, all her objections against this man who, of course, he's one of those successful, rich people of this world, which his parents go back to Israel anyways. He goes back to Israel, but her objections is being, in obedience and having, letting the man, enjoy his life and letting a man have more than one wife, letting a man have more than one wife while she could only have one man, and these are the main spirits. It's the main thing that Esau has done, to set our women against us. Okay, because naturally we are a royal people. We are a natural royal people. All right, and the law, statutes, commandments, they enable us to have more than one woman according to the Bible. All right, but see, Esau came in the scene, and he got into our woman's brain and has her thinking, that she is more valuable than a man, and ultimately a man can only be subject to having one wife, and they both have to be on an equal, playing field, when in reality the woman is supposed to be under the man. All right, and that's where this leads to the first precept, the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For the work shall say of him that made it, he made me not, or shall the thing framed of him that framed it, he had no understanding. All right, so who's turning the things upside down? This devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the elites. All right, the different banking families that got their hands in everything, they have turned things upside down. Okay, now a woman, what I'm saying, is enabled to be on the same playing field as a man. Now ultimately, a man is now subject on having one wife. He can't have multiple wives. That's deemed as as an evil thing in this society if a man has more than one wife. If a man decides to lay down with another woman. Now according to the scriptures, that is allowed. As long as that other woman does not have a husband, that is 100% okay in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right, and ultimately it's that rebellious, that wicked rebellious nature that this devil has to go and overwrite the law, says, commandments, and come out with his own twist, his own program here in Babylon. And that's one of the main reasons why our women is against us, because through these laws he has set agendas in place to turn them against us, to think that to make them think that they could be on the equal playing field as us, to make them think that they don't have to be obedient to us, that they could go ahead and chase their careers, and that's okay, when in reality they were created to procreate kids with us, and raise up families, tend to the house. These things, these virtues, if you will, which they call it virtues, it's really what the scriptures say what the woman is supposed to do. These things are frowned upon by these westernized women. All right, now you go to them eastern countries over there, Ishmael ain't playing that. All right, Ishmael don't play that. But this is how when it comes to us, and when it comes to how we are naturally how do I put it, we are naturally I don't want to say we naturally keep the laws, but the laws is, in a sense, the laws are in our nature. Now of course we go off you know what I'm saying. Of course you look at Israel as a whole, they committing adultery, they doing all manner of stuff, but Jake naturally, he it's in his nature, to keep the laws. That's why you got this guy. All right, once again, man, he's you know what I'm saying, talking about women got to be obedient. A man could have more than one woman. All right, and she can't have a problem with it, and she's only subject to one man. She could only be with one man. Okay, and this is somebody that's in the world now. He's, whether he's set up or not, to lead these people astray. It is what it is, man. At the end of the day, us in this knowledge, man, we lean upon the scriptures, not these rich men. All right, which is funny because hey man, what this dude says we've been saying for decades, starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. But it goes back to that scripture, when the poor man speaks, nobody listens. But when the rich man speaks, that's when everybody wants to take heed, roughly paraphrasing. It's just another example of that. But this dude, he's all the way, in the world, he's all about that mammon. That just gave me, but this, this little, that clip, gave me the spirit to do this lesson. All right, because, what I got from it, all right, because, this woman, all right, she's supposed to be, representing a high value woman. She's supposed to be representing that, submissive, beautiful, woman who ain't out there, doing all manner of crazy things, which you don't really know what she does behind closed doors anyways. And that goes for all these women out here trying to put on that front, man. When you in a society that enables women to do the worst, all right, and they boast about it, and for some reason it's okay for women to boast about these, abominable acts that they do, how they go out and cheat, and then, they kiss the men, they go out, commit adultery, and then they come back home and, they kiss the man, that they're with, right after committing the act, things like that they boast upon. There's no repercussions. There's no law in place to condemn that. There's no repercussion. They are 100% okay to do that in this society. But let a man say, oh, I could have more than one woman and you could only be with me. It's World War III, man. Now that's another thing too. That's the reason why this dude is going viral. Because of these claims, hey, I won't be surprised if, something happens to this guy. The elites get tired of this dude. I don't know, or he could go far left and, go along with every, agenda. All right, but Saki, I went off into a tangent. Okay, so let's go back to this verse. I'm gonna read this verse, and then I'm gonna read this verse again, break it down further, and then go into the next verse. All right, so the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. Okay, and that's the effect that this devil has achieved here in this westernized society. It is achieved. It is basically the way things are for a man and a woman to be on an equal playing field, and to be treated equally, when really the woman is supposed to be subservient unto the man. All right, it is the way things are. You got men that even look down on men having multiple wives. That's how crazy it became. Men that's, oh yeah, women's rights, and you know what I'm saying? No, man. No. The woman is supposed to be under us, man. you know, supposed to be obedient unto their husbands. But the husband can have more than one woman, more than one wife. They're supposed to be okay with that. Matter of fact, they're supposed to enable that. Let's go into that precept. All right, Sarah and Hag. Okay, I'm pronouncing it like that. Or matter of fact, let me see. Sarah. Hold on, just give me a second to find this precept. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Hagar. Okay, that's her name. Hagar. Let me see. All right, this is when Ishmael was born. Maybe I can look it up like this. Salaki Yakim. All right, so Genesis chapter 16. All right, so let's start from the top. Okay, here's an example of, in the ancient times, how a woman let her husband deal with another woman. Now granted, it was certain circumstances surrounding that. All right, but it just goes to show you, like, you know what I'm saying? It just goes to show you that back then they didn't have a problem with that. So Genesis chapter 16 and 1. Now Sarah, Abraham's wife, bare him no children, and she had an handmaid, an Egyptian, whose name was Hagar. And Sarah said unto Abraham, Behold, now Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go into my maid. It may be that I may obtain children by her. And Abraham hearkened to the voice of Sarah. So Sarah said, hey, go into my maid, Hagar, the Egyptian woman. Go in unto her. Ain't no jealousy here, which really jealousy is the rage of a man. Jealousy is a masculine trait. A woman is not supposed to be jealous of her man. A woman is supposed to be hold her man in reverence. Supposed to be have that type of energy, that type of spirit towards her man, to want to enable her man to be happy, to be a pillar of rest unto that man, be obedient unto that man, keep the house, keep the children, tend to the house, tend to the children. If a man wants to further his seed and have another wife, she should enable that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. Like, you look at the bigger picture and look past the feelings. That's what is going on. He's furthering his seeds. You know what I'm saying? It's not, even though, our women are fruitful, we're a fruitful people. You can't just put all the burden upon one woman to have a whole bunch of children with one woman, man. You know, hey, our people are fruitful. You have mothers that, what I'm saying, got more than 5 kids, man. More than 5 kids, over 5 kids, 8 kids, 9 kids, 12, 13. They all grow up big, happy families. So I'm just gonna say no, I'm gonna say big families. Because the curses is, what I'm saying, everybody's messed up. And also too, they, deal with other men. It's just the way we grew up, man. But we are very fruitful people, and at the end of the day, it's not good for one woman to be burdened with a whole bunch of kids, man. Even though they are, what's it called? They are capable of having, a whole bunch of kids. Why not spread the wealth? Okay, but anyways, and Abraham hearkened to the voice of Sarah, and Sarah, Abraham's wife, took Hagar, her maid, the Egyptian, and Abraham had dwelt 10 years in the land of Canaan, and gave her to her husband, and Abraham to his wife. Abraham to be his wife. Okay, so you see, and when he went unto Hagar, and she conceived, and when she saw that she had conceived, her mistress was despised in her eyes. Now, the reason why she despised her mistress, okay, was not because she laid down with Abraham. It was because she conceived. She had a baby with Abraham. The baby was Ishmael. All right, as it reads, let me see. Okay, verse 11, we're going to jump down to verse 11. And the angel of the Lord said unto her, Behold, thou art with child, and shall bear a son, and shall call his name Ishmael, because Yahweh hath heard thy affliction. Okay, so that was what the kid's name was. All right, Ishmael. And Ishmael, he went on to be, he spread his seed and went on to be the modern day Arabs. All right, the modern day Arabs, or the Arabs. All right. But this is, just bringing it out through the spirit, an example on how in the ancient times, a man having multiple wives was not a problem in the eyes of these women. Now, the reason why these women have a problem with it now, all right, one is because of the curses. Okay. First and foremost, let's go to the curse. All right. Let me see. Look at Deuteronomy chapter 28. And ultimately, this isn't, this curse isn't a curse that directly says that, she's going to have a problem with you having more than one wife. But it's a curse that what this devil did is he went and capitalized upon this particular curse, and caused our women to believe in these things out of that rebellion towards us, man. Out of that rebellion against us. All right, because ultimately these women that live under that modern day westernized notion that they are in the equal playing field with men, and men have to tend and care for their every need, and you know what I'm saying, they could only be with one woman. That is rebellion. All right, that is rebellion. Okay, that's come to surprise. Most of these women that in this westernized society, they dabble in that witchcraft. Rebellion is as a seed of that's a sin of witchcraft. So that's just made manifest. All right, so let's go. All right, the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28. Verse 56. Let me see where my phone at. Okay, I still got enough charge. All right, it reads, The tender and delicate woman amongst you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness. Her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter. All right, so Esau went in. All right, the serpent went in, and he fed the Eve a philosophy. And she ran with it. All right, here in Babylon, he gave her a philosophy that women's liberation, women's right, feminism. He went further on to condemn men having multiple wives. Women was with that. All right, women is all for that. They even used the scripture to condemn a man having multiple wives. But when it's not talking about that, you know what I mean? Hey, that's what happened. He capitalized upon the curse. So now we have a lot of unruly, rebellious women who believe we should be subject unto one woman. And this is not just a matter, man. This is not just the only matter. This is a big, matter. The multiple wives things. All right, but also too being in obedience to the husband. Like for example, all right, in this clip, she stated that she would look stupid if she was in the house while he was out, with his friends. That she should have the right to go out with her friends. And then he knocked that down and he stated no, because he states territorial, which really it's that's just trying to put a beastly spirit, beastly put a righteous spirit in a beastly light. That's not being territorial. It's jealousy. All right. And let me go over that. That jealousy, rage, man. All right, let's grab that scripture. Wow. Okay, let me see. I'm just gonna look it up like this. All right. Yeah, jealousy. Rage, man, KJV, Proverbs 6:34. Let's go to it. All right, I don't know why this didn't look up, man. Whoops. All right, so Proverbs chapter 6, verse 34. Oh, okay, yeah, because jealousy wasn't spelled with the U in it. All right, but anyways, it reads. All right, let me see. Let's start at verse 32. Okay, and it reads, "But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding, and he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul." All right, why? Because he's going to be subject unto that judgment now, man. He's going to be subject unto that judgment. He's going to come back in the next life. He's going to have to, reap what he sowed with that. That's if in the ancient times, he got put to death. Hey, he still got to go up to the spiritual world and get his judgment too, man. He's like, look what you did, man. You committed adultery. Now you got to go back to the next life, and whatever judgment he has to serve out, he's going to have to serve out, man. But ultimately also too, all right, what this dude said, he did say something spiritual. Okay, I believe he said this in another clip. He said when a woman sleeps around, her head is going to be messed up. All right, meaning that, hey, Jake in the world, they starting to catch on. When these women sleep around, the women that sleep around the most, it is now clear that they are not good in the head. All right, they are not all right in the head, and that is a product of them sleeping around. Okay, and that's another thing that she tried to tell him. Oh, would you take me if I had, if I slept with 50 men? Hell no. He said haram, which haram is that Islam shit. We don't subscribe to that either, man. All right, but going into that. All right, with the women, sleeping around. Hey, that's crazy how even he recognized that. Because what happens is when a man sleeps, has intercourse with a woman, they become one flesh, and therefore his spirit is put into that woman. All right, his spirit is put into that woman. That woman now bears his spirit, and they're supposed to stay forever, right? But what happens is, if a woman, goes in this westernized society that enables them to do so, they go and sleep with as many men as possible. I don't want to say as possible as, they sleep with many men. Guess what? They get a whole bunch of spirits put into them, man. And that's where you get, all that bipolar behavior. That cuckoo in the brain, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs behavior, man. That's where you get that. All right, from all these spirits of different men that she's sleeping with being put in her. So it comes from a spiritual perspective as well. That's why it says, he that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. All right, verse 33. A wound and a dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. Verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. All right, now this is, tying back to the original point that I wanted to make. It's the original point that, led me to get this precept. All right, is he said, he was territorial. Okay, no, this is jealousy. All right, it's jealousy. Now, I don't know if you wanted to, say that on purpose. That's, his choices. I don't really care. But the truth is it's jealousy. A man can go out there, do his thing, and a woman is supposed to be in the house. That's a good woman. All right, now she went out and said, "Oh no, I look like a fool doing that." Says who? You know, how does she look like a fool? No, no. But that's that, desire to be masculine from the woman. That's that desire to be masculine. All right, and that's why encampeth a woman. Let me see. Let me just look it up. It's not to waste time. I know that a woman shall encompass a man. KJV, Jeremiah 31:22. Let's get that. All right. Let's go. All right. So book of Jeremiah chapter 31 verse 22. And it reads, "How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai hath created a new thing in the earth." All right. A woman shall compass a man. Now, the reason why this is a new thing in the earth is because this what's playing out here in Babylon with these women being out of order is a new thing, because if you look in the ancient times, that never happened. Okay, that never happened in the ancient times. Women were under the men in the Eastern. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the Eastern culture, women were under the men. All right, that's how it was. Okay, but here in Babylon, and yeah, you had certain cultures back then that gave put women in some type of reverence, but they don't do it like it's done here in Babylon, man. They do not do it like it's done here in Babylon. Babylon done gave women almost, they done gave women the right to murder, man. With the abortions and stuff, which they taking that away. That's a big, controversy right now. You know what I'm saying? But Babylon, a woman leaves you, she take half your substance. You have a wife and you don't get her to sign that prenup. She divorce you and she take half your substance. She take your alimony. It's crazy, man. I was at a little spot the other day. You had the elderly lady, she's trying to get with me, man. Of course, I turned her down. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get with no, older woman. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, personal me, man. I got standards like that. That's just me. To each their own on that part right there. You know what I'm saying? But she goes to tell me that, her ex-husband used to be a cop. And then she divorced him. And then, she got him, paying alimony. So that's, in a sense, how the woman has encompassed a man. All right. The woman has encompassed a man in these ways. They could divorce you. They, take you for alimony. This is what they do, man. All right. Pardon the noise. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to another precept. All right. Let's go to, if I'm not mistaken, it's in the Thessalonians. Or is it in Timothy? You know what? I'm just going to look it up. Falling away first. All right. That's where it's at. Falling away first. There it is. Okay. 2 Thessalonians. All right. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 3. Okay. All right. So this is going to, into that prophecy. But ultimately, it's going into how this devil exalts himself against everything that is the Most High. Okay, everything that the Lord, upholds, everything that's upheld in the Scripture, this devil goes completely against, man. He completely goes against that. That's why he swears falsely, according to the book of Zechariah chapter 5. All right, that's why it says, it's a curse that shall go into the house of the thief and unto him that sweareth falsely. Roughly paraphrasing, it's talking about these devils, man, because they swear falsely. Here it is. They say they are a God-fearing people, right? They say, in this country, these politicians say they're God-fearing people. This is a God-fearing country, right? That it is found and rooted in the Bible, but now you have all this wickedness that they are, condoning, and not just condoning, but upholding and just throwing it in our faces, man. They're letting this stuff happen. You know what I'm saying? They're hypocrites. All right, and that's why the scripture says that they swear falsely. Okay, so Second Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 3, and it reads, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first." Now this is in reference to how we fell away from our inheritance, which that's another topic. Maybe through the Spirit I cover on that later on another lesson. All right, that's another lesson right there. But continuing on, and it reads, "And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." Now who's that? Esau. All right, these devils. All right, verse 4, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High." You see, he opposes and exalts himself above all that is called Yahweh, and that includes these scriptures. Our people, white supremacy, all these agendas put in place to keep our people oppressed, right? The dynamics between the man and the woman. He even hit that, you know. just to further his own agenda. You got that rich dude, that dude Aaron Russo. He came out and the Rockefellers told him why they did it. So they could tax the other half of the population. They don't care about these women. It's just to further, their and further their riches. With that, but also too, these levels being as crafty as they are. All right, is also to cause division in the house, and that's what they have achieved. They have caused a division between the man and the woman, even in general, man. All right, and our people, blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, we get that the worst. We get that the worst. Our women are likened unto lions. All right, our women are lions unto us, man. And that's goes back to the curses. But soon, all that's gonna be put back in order, man. Let's just continue on reading. It says, "Or that is worship, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High." And that's that, that delusion that he has, which goes back to Isaiah chapter 14. All right, I'm just gonna grab, the key point. Let me see, where is it at? All right, where it says, Isaiah 14:14, "I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." And that's what these devils have. That's the mindset that these devils have, that these Edomites have. That they want to be above the heights of the clouds, which are the chariots. They want to have that, interstellar, capabilities to go and explore, the heavens that the Lord made. That's what they want. They want to be as the Most High. To be able to go and dictate what's right and what's not right. Okay? Oh, hold on. I'm going to read verse 15, though. It says, "But yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit." Okay? And that's what's going to happen. And when that happens, all right, as this devil's going down, even before that, as this devil's going down, our women are going to get in order, man. Because something's coming and it's called Jacob's trouble. All right? It's called Jacob's trouble. All hell's going to break loose. And women, all that macho, all that masculine, all that, the strong, independent woman spirit is going to go right out the window, man. It's going to go right out the window. It's another reason why, in a crazy way, we look up to it, man. But it is what it is, We look up to it, but at the same time, we're fearful, because we want Yahweh Shem Yahushua to ultimately have mercy upon us as well, man. All right? We don't know if we're sealed, to be of the elect or not. So that's why we, give diligence to make our calling for election sure. Okay. So anyways, back to, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and 4. All right. "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, and so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High." All right. And that's what he has, that's what he has pushed out to the world. Look at the iconoclasm. All right, with the how they went and they painted themselves to be as the Most High. With the Borgia family, you had Caesar Borgia, and then you had the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You had the little painting with Adam and then the Most High. It's supposed to be Adam and the Most High. I'm not even going to give them that, man. That's what they want to depict themselves as. That's the scripture coming into manifestation. All right, so if they did that and they have committed, that blasphemy against the Lord, You think this devil has any respect between keeping the dynamic, the proper dynamics between the man and the woman? No. He's going to completely destroy that. And that's what he has done. Now we have a generation of women that are completely unruly, and they think, they think that it's cool, because they see the man, the men, how it's looked okay for them to go and be with a bunch of women. So they think, okay, well, guess what? We're going to one up that. We're going to go and be with a bunch of men. It's a completely wicked spirit that's in the world. And it's no thanks to these devils, because that's what they have done. All right. So continuing on. All right, let me see. All right, let me see. All right, so continuing on, and it reads, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you all these things. All right, when Yahushua was on the scene. And now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. Okay, I'm gonna read it again. Now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. So you know what's coming now. All right, for the mystery of iniquity doeth both already work, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen with this devil. He's gonna be taken out the way, man. I mean, he's gonna get brought down. All right, and the reason and then shall and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Okay, so that's when Yahweh, gives Yahweh Shai the green light to go after these devils, and he's coming in clouds to bring this devil down. And guess what? Righteousness will be upheld. Okay. Righteousness will be upheld. It won't be, it won't be demonized like it is today. You could go to the average woman here in Babylon and say, hey, listen, I think you're cute. I want to get with you. But listen, I got these other women over here, but I want to be with you too. Man, good luck, man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be completely against that. They gonna swear like they just spoke to a monster. Look at you like you a demon or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's what this devil has done. Instead of upholding the righteous ways, he has done nothing but flipped it and upheld nothing but wickedness. All right, that's why it says, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. You see? Lying wonders, man. Yeah, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of truth, that they might be saved. Okay? So that's, what I'm saying? That's what this how do I put it to you? Going into the deceivableness of unrighteousness. All right, that's what they have done. That's going into that flipping the world upside down, because they use deception to push unrighteousness. They use deception to make matter of fact, let's get that scripture. All right, let me see. Woe to him that call evil good and good evil. There we go. All right, this is what this is going into, in a sense. Isaiah chapter 5 and 20. Let's bring that out. Through the app, of course. Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. All right, and it reads, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. And guess what? These devils who do this, and not just these devils, man, everybody who supports these wicked ways, including the 2/3 of our people, are going to perish. Okay? All these unruly women, they're going to perish. In Jacob's trouble, when Yahweh Shemel Shah sends them plagues, they're going to perish. All right? And they're not going to be saved when the missiles come down. Okay? They are not going to be saved when the second death is arriving. In the day of Yahweh Shemel Shah, when the elect are being beamed up into the clouds, into the chariots, the so-called UFOs, they are not going to be saved. All right? That's why You know, hey, any women out there, man, you come across this video, you better get yourself right, man. All right, because honestly, we're not gonna care, okay? And it's gonna be even before the kingdom that you're gonna be put in order, man. All right, because it's gonna happen, okay? If you're not in order, it's gonna be Micah 7:10, where it reads, "And she that is mine enemy shall see it." And why is she our enemy? Because she is in rebellion against us, man. All right, look at the dynamic between, look at the relationship between Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, man. Look how she has that, man. That's what these women want to achieve from us. That's some op enemy shit, man. To have us in that type of dominion, to where you just look over to the man and then he goes and, which I believe that was set up, man, but you know what I'm saying. And then after he got banned from the Oscars for 10 years, she goes out in public and says that she never wanted to marry him. And mind you, this is all after that situation with August Alsina and the entanglement when she committed adultery on him, man. That's some op enemy shit, man. But that's what they're trying to break us down and become in this society. Just to be a little Will Smith, Will simp, man. That's what they trying to do. Continuing on. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? Where is my Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. And that's gonna be the outcome of these unruly women. They're gonna be trodden down as the mire in the streets, man. It's not gonna be good. All right. You think about all the crazy shit that happens in the world, these third world countries. Guess what? It's gonna come here to Babylon. All those men, all the men, because that's another thing too. You see the red pill movement. All right, you see the frustrations and that vendetta, that growing vendetta that these men are feeling towards these women. All right, guess what? When ain't no more laws, ain't no more 911. All right, oh man, it's gonna be a bad day to be one of these Babylonian women. Okay, because they gonna be getting ran through. Those men are going to relieve their frustrations, for lack of a better term, on these women, man. And Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to deliver them into their hands. Okay? That's going to be their reward. All right? And that's going to be them. They're going to be Jacob's trouble. They're going to be getting passed around until the missiles hit. And that's going to be it, man. And whether they, and then they will come back into the reincarnation. If they Israel, they're going to be, in Israel. If they of the heathen, they're going to be, they're going to be in there and with the heathen, man. Under us, So let's go into the next precept. All right. Now, we got to bring out the same, precept, Isaiah 4:1. But it's more than just how do I put it to you? It's more than just about a man having more than one woman. It's a reasoning behind they're gonna come in this spirit, man. Isaiah chapter 4:1, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. So 7 women, that represents a complete number of women, shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away thy reproach. All right, so when a woman wants to be called by a man's name, basically she wants to be married unto him. All right, it ain't gonna be, and that's another thing too, man. I don't care who tries to butcher this scripture. When a woman is called by your name, you're getting it on with that woman. Okay, if a woman is called by a man's name, that man is getting it on with that woman. All right, especially us in this truth, because intercourse is the true meaning of marriage. Okay, the true meaning of marriage is intercourse. All right, having sex with a woman, that's true marriage. That's what it is to have a woman, to put a woman to wife, as the scriptures put it, man. All right, but the last part right here is a key indicator: to take away our reproach. I mean, they're going to be coming at us, they're coming for us, for the resources, for the protection. All right, and ultimately because Yahweh Shai is with us. All right, that's why it says, in that day shall the branch of Yahweh Shai be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. Man, hey, yo, man, that's something to look forward to right there. Lord willing, we're up that number. Hey, look what time it is. 144. All right, so let's go into the last precept, the book of Psalms, chapter 110, verse 2. Okay, and it reads, and Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Salakia, not verse 2, verse 3. All right, and it reads, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Okay, so guess what? Our women is gonna come and they're gonna be in order, man. Soon, in Jacob's trouble, Lord willing, we're of that number, and Yahweh Shem Yahushua is dealing with us. Our women are gonna be in order. They're gonna come to us in order. So if they're gonna be in order in Jacob's trouble, how much more the kingdom, man? In the kingdom, it's gonna be nothing but glory, showers of blessings, man. It's gonna be beautiful. All the wives that you desire. It's not to make this thing, about wives. It's deeper than just having more than one woman. You take in the dominion, you take in the spiritual power, you take in the wisdom of the earth, man, surrounding the elements, the winds, the heavens, the waters above, the waters below. The chariots. Having access to the fatness of the earth, meaning the different resources. The different rare trees, animals. That's what we are awaiting in the kingdom. It's deeper than just the women, but since the lesson is centered around these unruly women, hey, this is just gonna be another thing that they're going to have to submit to in the day of our power. All right, they're gonna have to submit to the righteousness in the scriptures. They're gonna have to submit and be in obedience unto us as the scriptures tells them to be. All right, so it reads, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and in the beauties of holiness, from the womb of the morning thou hast to do with thy youth. Okay, so with that, I'm going to say, Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakah HaKudash, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right, with that, I'm going to say Shalom, on to the next.